Hello everybody. So since last few classes I am taking the topic of concept of risk in pharmacoepidemiology, and in that till now I discussed about that is the risk of an ADR is expressed basically in four different ways, that is attributable risk, relative risk, odds ratio and time risk relationship. Okay, and in this four, out of this four I will explain about attributable risk and relative risk. I need to start today. So relative risk is basically also called as risk ratio. It is a ratio of the probability of an event occurring, okay, to the probability of an event not occurring. Okay, so basically if you take two group, one group is the exposed group and the other group is the non-exposed group. Okay, so probability of a risk occurring in an exposed group to the probability of a risk occurring in a non-exposed group will give us the relative risk, or also called as risk ratio. Okay, or it can be said that relative risk compares the risk of a health event among one group with the risk among another group. Okay, so as we are taking two groups, exposed group and non-exposed group, or we are taking one experimental group and the other one is called as the control group. Okay, so two different group. So the risk of an event occurring in an exposed group or the treatment group or the experimental group to the risk of the event means occurring in the non-exposed group or the control group will give us the relative risk or the risk ratio. So here is a image where we will compare two different groups, like we have got exposed group and we have got non-exposed group. Okay, then we find out the disease developing in each group, in exposed group and in the non-exposed group. So we have found out that in the exposed group, number of people who got disease is A, and in the non-exposed group, the number of people who got disease is C. Whereas number of people who have not got disease in the exposed group is B, whereas number of people who has not got disease in non-exposed group is D. Okay, so if we say that, then the population of the exposed group is A plus B. Okay, whereas population of the non-exposed group is C plus D. Okay, now when we know the amount of people exposed and having the disease, okay, in a group, then we can find out the incidence. Okay, so incidence of the exposed group will be given as A by A plus B, because A is the number of disease cases in the exposed group and A plus B is the total population of the exposed group. Okay, therefore A by A plus B is the incidence rate of disease in the exposed group, whereas incident rate of disease in the non-exposed group is given as C by C plus D. C by C plus D, where C is the number of people who have got the disease and C plus D is the population of the people in the non-exposed group. Hence C by C plus D is the incident rate of disease in non-exposed group. Okay. So what is relative risk or risk ratio? It is equal to incidence in the exposed divided by the incidence in the non-exposed. Okay, so it is a ratio of two risks, that is the risk of outcome or an event in the treated group compared with the outcome in those not exposed, that is the control group. As I told, two groups, exposed and non-exposed. Exposed group can be even called as treatment group or the experimental group, and the non-exposed can be called as the control group. Okay, and the number of risk in the exposed group to the number of people having risk in the non-exposed group will give us the relative risk or the risk ratio. So depending upon what is the value of relative risk, that is the RR, okay, we have to interpret the result of RR. Okay, so if RR is 1, if RR is 1, it indicates that in both the groups risks are identical. In both the groups risks are identical. Same way, if RR is more than 1, it indicates that in the exposed group the risk is more as compared to the non-exposed group. Whereas if RR is less than 1, it shows that in the exposed group the risk is less as compared to the non-exposed group. Same way, if RR is 2, it means that exposed group has got 2 times of getting a risk as compared to the non-exposed group. So this we can understand further in a better manner by seeing one case. This is a case of an outbreak of a TB in a prison which is present in South Carolina. Okay, so in 1999 in this prison it was found that 28 of 157 inmates residing in the east wing of the dormitory develops TB. Okay, whereas in the west wing 4 developed TB out of 137. Now we need to find out the relative risk in these 2 different groups, one group of the east wing, other group of the west wing, who got TB and who has not got TB. So we have made a table here, taken 2 groups, one is east wing, other one is west wing, okay, and the people who have TB and the people who don't have TB. So in the in the east wing, A is the number of people who got TB, so the given is 28, whereas B is the number of people who is not having any TB. Okay, whereas A plus B is the total population of the east wing, which is 157. Same manner in the west wing, C is the number of people who have TB, which is given as 4, and C plus D is the total population of the west wing, which is given as 137. So now we have the value of A, we have the value of C, we have the value of A plus B and C plus D. Now we need to find out the incident rate in the east wing and the incident rate in the west wing. So risk of TB among east wing is how much? 28, which is the number of TB cases in the east wing, divided by 157, which is the total population of the east wing. Okay, so this value multiplied with 100 will give us the percentage of this risk ratio, that is 17.8%. Same manner, risk of TB among west wing is 4 divided by 137 multiplied with 100 will give us the value of 2.9%. Okay, so now we have got these 2 values. Now we need to find out the relative risk or the risk ratio. It is what? Incidence in the exposed divided by incidence in the not exposed group. So RR is equal to 17.8, which is the RR of or incidence of the exposed group divided by 2.9. So we get a value of 6.1, which means that the inmates who resided in the east wing of the dormitory were 6.1 times as likely to develop TB as those of residing in the west wing. Okay, this is the way we need to interpret the result of the relative risk depending upon what is the RR value. Okay, so if the RR value here is 6.1, it shows that inmates who are staying in the east wing, they are having 6 times more chance of getting TB as compared to the inmates residing in the west wing. Okay, this is all about this relative risk. So with this example, I hope this topic is clear with you. Thank you.